Hey, fellow Star Citizens, this is Star Wolf back with another Wolfpack episode. It's been forever, but we have Canadian Egg. Hello, Canadian Egg.
Hello.
And we've got Geo, Get Money.
What's going on, gamers?
Hey, and it's been so long, I figured maybe we should take just a moment to, anything new in your guys' life? Did you do anything since the last time we met together? I know, Geo, you went on like a helicopter ride, didn't you?
Oh yeah, for my birthday, I celebrated my birthday. Got the flying helicopter. That was definitely fun.
Yeah.
Got to see the skyline all up in personal in Chicago. It was real nice and fun.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I watched that episode, so it was pretty sweet. It had some good music in the background too, so.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it wasn't a spaceship, but
Yeah.
it was close to it. Closest thing I'm gonna get to it.
Yeah. And Canadian Egg, you've been just doing school?
Yeah, school and had a couple robotics competitions. Went down to St. Louis. Did one there. That was the Worlds. We did all right. We didn't win, but we lost the team that did win. So at least we went down fighting.
Gotcha. Cool.
Nice. Can you build me an R2D2 or no?
Probably. I'm not a programmer, but if I got the team together, we could definitely do it.
Yes, there's hope.
Yeah, I personally started a business with my friend, high school friend, and we'll see how that goes. We're launching open beta pretty soon, so yeah, that might be a good thing. It took a lot of time though, so.
That's good.
So,
Good.
All right, well, let's get to it. We're looking into the Anvil Aerospace ship lineup today, and we're trying to get through the ship manufacturers, and we're pretty close to being done with them, and that's a good thing because I want to have Wolfpack focus on the dogfighting module when it comes out, and hopefully that's going to be this month.
I got a feeling it's gonna get pushed back again. I got a feeling for some reason.
I still got Dark Souls 2 to keep me occupied, so.
Yeah, I've seen you on Steam. Every time I log on, you're on that game. So.
Oh, dude, I'm loving it.
But
because they're going to be at E3, right? They mentioned they're going to be at E3 showing some more stuff off.
I expected nothing less.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm hoping that they are going to make their May deadline. But so if they do, and we're playing the game, obviously we're going to do some some Wolfpack podcasts on just dog fighting, just talking about it and getting into those details. So that's why I say hopefully we can get through the ship soon because I want to be ready for when that happens. So
yes, we only got a couple more.
yeah. So let's jump into the hunt. And Gio, you're going to start us off with the Anvil Aerospace ship lineup.
Yes, Anvil. So basically, these ships here are basically how we are with the Army with the Hummers. They got the Hornet that everyone loves. So they made the Hornet. And these ships, basically, they've been making these ships for 2 centuries. No war has been started without these ships in business. So they have a lot of ships that CanadianEgg is going to be talking about. So we also kind of compare these in real life, how the Jeep and Hummers, how they have a Army version, and then you got the civilian version. So when it comes down to the UEE ships, they have special weapons on there that the civilians cannot get, that we are going to be able to buy. So there's going to be certain weapons that you can't have that's exclusive for the UEE. So I found that pretty interesting. So that's basically the wraparound for that, for the Anvil Aerospace.
And so we got the Hornets there. Other ships in that Anvil Aerospace, though? I know the Gladiator.
Yeah, Gladiator.
The Karak.
Karak and F8 Lightning.
Yeah, F8 Lightning, which actually that came out of nowhere for me. Did anybody else here have an eye on that before?
Absolutely not.
Maybe it was in the lore, but I just had not even heard of that ship until when it got updated. So, so there's one we're going to talk about too. We actually have stats on that one. So.
Well, they have 2 more that aren't on the website. They got one called the Osprey and the Hurricane that's been rumored around too.
Yeah, unfortunately, we don't have anything on those, but
no.
Do we have any kind of description of what it's going to be? At least a role?
With the Hurricane or Ospreys?
Yeah.
No.
They seem sort of just by the names, they sound gunship.
Yeah, because in real life, the Osprey is. That's what the Osprey in real life is. So
I know
I don't know.
that's why I'm saying that.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
So we'll have to wait on that one. But
Yeah.
yeah, let's start with the Hornets. I'm going to go into a little bit more detail on them. Like you said, Gio, we've got the military version, the F7A Hornet, and we're not going to be able to purchase that one as far as we know, because that's the norm. The military versions, usually you're not going to be able to, as a citizen, purchase one. But, possibly in game, you hijack
Black market.
F7A and, fly that around. But anyways, there's that one. The F7C Hornet is the civilian one, and so it's not kitted out as far as the weapons as the F7A is, but still, I think it's the only Hornet that comes stock with a cargo capacity, so there's something. Its role is civilian close support. Then we have the Hornet Ghost, and that one's infiltration, and it's painted black. It's the Black Hornet. Easy way to recognize it. And
Super stealth.
Yeah, super stealth. It's got actually like some weird kind of armor on it.
Yes, yeah. This is a sorry to just step in, but
No,
this
go
is
ahead.
this is the selling point. I have a Ghost, and this was the selling point for it. Like, I got my fighter. Like, I was thinking, what? I have the 325A if I'm just going to go fighting, or in my Avenger, right? If I just want to go fight. And so when I was looking at the Hornet lineup, I knew I wanted a Hornet, but I didn't know what. So I was looking at the Hornet Tracker and the Hornet Ghost. Hornet Tracker, you're going to get spotted. It doesn't have any special stealth. It's supposed to do the spotting, but what if I just want to get to point A to point B without being noticed? I don't really feel like getting in any conflict. So I thought the Ghost, it's got low emission drives so that it's not going to have a very high energy signature. So it's going to be hard for scans to pick you up even when you're just like strolling along at a average pace.
Yeah.
And its armor is what's special. It sort of has a rivalry with the Hornet Tracker, because that's the Master Tracker, and then the Hornet Ghost is the Master Stealth Ship, because its armor diffuses scans. So I'm not really sure if that means they're not going to be able to see what's inside your ship, or if they're going to be able to see you at all.
Yeah. And obviously, with the painted black, it's just going to fade right into space.
So I thought, well, yeah, that's what I'm going to do, because I could just mosey on about space, about an asteroid field maybe, or something like that.
Yeah.
Scans are going, they're just going to go right through me and not notice me.
Yep.
And if they see a little bit of a blip from my drives, and they come over to investigate, I'll probably spot them first, because I'll also be scanning. I still want to make sure no one's coming near me, and I just shut off my engines and hide on an asteroid, hopefully.
Yeah, exactly. I think that would be the coup de grace, because shutting off your engines, you already have the hull itself is made out of that non-scannable material, and then it's also black, so it's it's gonna be very stealthy. That's why they call it a Ghost.
I'll just enjoy a coffee and watch them fly around looking for me.
Yeah. Then you got the Tracker, just like you said. Specialty is it's a scout, command and control, and its specialty is basically tracking stuff, scanning stuff, and so that's that one. Then you have the Super Hornet, and that's, in my opinion, that's closer to the F7A, the military version, than any of them.
It seems to be more kitted out than the F7A.
Its role is space superiority, so it's definitely working on becoming master over the battlefield, and so some people already have them. I know a lot of people that do. Have, when they got the LTI Super Hornets, they are very proud of that purchase. You never meet a Super Hornet owner that just kind of, Super Hornet. They're always talking about their Super Hornets. So good reason too. They're really, one of the best close quarter fighting ships there are out there.
One thing to mention of it is that it's also a 2-person crew.
Yeah. Turret.
It's the only one. That's one my friend really is pushing me to buy one off of somebody, because this is the friend that was too busy right now to be on today, but he's just saying, yeah, get the Super Hornet, that way we could both fly together and wreck people. I was like, no, I'm not that interested in it.
One last thing to mention on the Hornets before we move on is the only ones you can currently purchase on the RSI site is the Hornet F7C, the Hornet Ghost, and the Hornet Tracker. So those are the only ones you can actually purchase now. Because the Super Hornet was an early, if you backed it early and you bought one then, you got LTI on it, and they discontinued that. They might, open it up for purchase later on without the LTI. They probably most likely will do that. But the F7A's probably not going to be able to purchase it before the Persistent Universe goes live, because we know it's going to be in the Squadron 42, but other than that, we don't know when that's going to come to the Persistent Universe. But
Now the real quick, the Hornets now, when you buy a certain ship, now it's modular, so you could take it apart and build it to be another type of Hornet, right?
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
for the most part, yeah, for sure, because you can do that. So many people argue, though, when you insure the base ship. So, like, I have a Super Hornet, and say I want to take off all the stuff on the Super Hornet that makes it a Super Hornet and put on, like, tracker stuff, Hornet tracker.
Uh-huh.
They say, well, if your ship gets blown up and you didn't individually insure all of those additional components, then you're going to be given back a Super Hornet instead of the modifications.
That is true.
Yeah, so, I mean, everyone kind of says you might not want to do that. In my opinion, I don't know. It's just like, I don't.
It really depends on how much it would be.
Yeah,
Also,
exactly.
Stuff over.
Also, you can just insure the parts that you put on.
See, that's my thing. Is like, we don't know how much it's gonna cost extra to insure those extra little bits and bobs, and we don't know how much it's gonna cost to purchase those bits and bobs. Not everything. We know a few components, how much it's gonna cost in game, but like, it might just be cheap enough to not even worry about it. So.
They stated that they don't want insurance to be a big thing. Like when they initially took down LTI, like they're like, don't worry, insurance isn't going to be expensive. It's not like your wallet's going to run dry after a week of playing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Keep the economy booming.
So I'm with you, Gio. Like when I see people that have a 300i and then they say like, oh yeah, I want to upgrade it to basically be a 325A later on in game, and then people will tear them down and say just get a 325A then to begin with, because you're gonna have to upgrade it every time. I was like, well, it might not be as horrible as you think it might be to go ahead and insure those parts or do whatever you need to do to have it run like that. So.
Yeah, like I said, if I want to go the cheap route, that's what I would have did. Depending on how people's money are. If I was trying to be cheap about it, just buy the lowest cost model and whatever, save up for some parts and just upgrade it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. About the whole like redesigning your ship though is another thing that actually attracted me to the Ghost is like, can you get that armor that scan diffuser? Like I thought, like what if I bought the Ghost and then there we go, I have the armor and then I just buy the stuff on the tracker and then there we go. I buy like the stuff for the tracker, put it on my Ghost, and then just scan even further, and then I pretty much got a tracker Ghost hybrid.
Yeah, I guess that depends on if that is modular, if you can install that kind of armor on another Hornet, because stuff like the 350R, you have 2 thrusters in there, and the other hulls aren't compatible. You're gonna have to buy a 350R if you want that variant. So
yeah, I would understand like if they also made it so that the tracker scanner can't go on the Ghost, so you can't do that. Like it's just what separates those ships, right? Otherwise, like why wouldn't you just go with the Ghost every time and then upgrade where you want, right?
Yeah,
it'll make it a little OP too.
It would definitely be an OP. So I would understand balancing issues. But I just thought that'd be interesting if you could do that.
Yeah, that would be cool. I know I'd try to pull it off.
Yeah, I would too. I would do it for a bit, and then when it stopped being fun, I was just like, oh, no one can kill me because no one can find me.
Like invisible.
Yeah.
So then moving on past the Hornets, we've got the Gladiator, which is another Anvil Aerospace ship. It's kind of the redheaded stepchild, I think, in this group. Really, it's the only bomber that the Anvil Aerospace produces. So it's kind of out there on its own in this lineup. But let's see what to say about the Gladiator. It's a short to mid-range bomber. Its ordnances are pretty beefy. I mean, it's got like 6 class 3s missiles, and it's got class 4, and that's going to be the turret, the manned turret. So this is why it's a 2-person vehicle, is you have one person flying it, doing the bombing. The other person is in that turret. So that's pretty cool.
This is one that Drevin's sure proud of.
Oh, yeah, really?
Mm-hmm.
I am too. I mean, I own it. Actually, Drevin sold his to me.
Oh, okay. Then never mind. He's not proud of it anymore.
He
Unless
might
got
have.
another one.
Yeah, he might have gotten another one. I don't know. But so I like the idea of the Gladiator. It's a carrier-based bomber, and it's supposed to be protected by something like an armed escort. Like the Hornet lineup is perfect to couple it with a Gladiator or two, because Gladiators can punch way above its class. Okay, it's ship class, but it can't necessarily punch at its ship class. So you have maybe another Hornet that's going to be attacking a Gladiator. It's probably not going to win that fight, because Hornets are meant to fight ships of their size and dominate them. And the Gladiator just doesn't have the maneuverability or speed.
It's also much smaller as well.
It is pretty small.
It's teeny.
Yeah, it's a little baby ship. But yeah.
Well, the good thing is you got a gunner on the back though. If you got attacked from behind,
Yep.
The second player behind you, he could just light him up while he's chasing you down.
Yeah. Now, there's one thing I've got a question about, and that's about the cargo capacity in the Gladiator. It has 10 tons, which is kind of impressive to me. Is that space supposed to be used to hold your missiles?
I would think it'd be like sort of just from the like Cloud Imperium games think mindset in this one that it would be like with the Avenger. It's that sort of question, like those pods in the back. Are they does the cargo capacity count with that or without that?
Yeah.
So that's something that we're not really going to know until we
Yeah.
get more information, I'd say.
Because I would assume, I mean, where are you going to put all those? It's supposed to be a pretty crazy bomber, so I'm wondering where those missiles are going
This
to go.
isn't going to be used for much civilian
Okay.
stuff.
So there's the Gladiator, the Crack, and the F.8 Lightning. They're both newly added to the ship stats page, thankfully, because I've been wanting to see more about the Crack, because I've had that on my radar. It sounded pretty cool. And it kind of looks like it's going to be right up there with the Constellation. It looks like another choice. If you didn't want a Constellation, this looks like a good option. And in my opinion, it looks like the best option for exploration of a mid-sized ship and crew. It just looks like a very good option for that. In fact, I want to just read the description real quick for you guys, because that's what kind of impressed me with the tie into exploration. So it says, the Anvil Crack has been the vanguard of every UEE exploration effort in recent years, featuring reinforced fuel tanks for long-duration flights, a highly advanced jump drive array, and a dedicated computer core room that allows it to put the maximum processing power into jump charting operations. So it sounds like this thing is going to be your jump gate option. It's going to be able to travel far across the galaxy, and if you look at the armaments, it looks like it's pretty well kitted out. Yeah, so I thought it was really, really cool addition. It kind of surprised me a little bit. And lastly, F.8 Lightning. And this is going to be another fighter. It's space superiority. You know, I really want to see what this one looks like. As far as armaments go, it looks pretty competent. It looks kind of like a little bit of a chunky one at 25,000 kilograms. And it looks like around the same size as a Hornet, a little bit bigger. But yeah, so we'll see how that one goes. Yeah, so that's the lineup. Now, Egg, Why don't you let us know? In your opinion, do you see any of these ships really being a standout kind of contender in its field?
Absolutely. I see. I think Anvil Aerospace is very seems to be very good at making top of the line ships in for their categories. So obviously you got the F7 or yeah F7C Super Hornet. To be honest, as of now, it seems like the Super Hornet will be able to beat the military grade Hornet.
Yeah.
It's pretty much it's got all the same specs except for the fact that it's a two-person crew that also has a huge turret on the top there.
Yeah.
As for civilian ships, though, the F7C Hornet civilian version doesn't seem like anything special. It's just gonna be a civilian ship. It's gonna be able to if it needs to get into a fight, it's definitely gonna not. It's gonna be useful to have. But a skilled fighter with a 325A, I think, could still take you out with ease. The Hornet and the Tracker, the Ghost and the Tracker. I think they're gonna be the best of the best out of the gate of Star Citizen in what they do. As for small ships, that is. And then moving down to the Gladiator, since we don't know like a lot of bombers, a lot of information on a lot of bombers right now. Really, only one I know a lot on is the Retaliator, and that's a long range bomber.
Yeah.
Um, I don't really have much to say about the Gladiator. The Karak, I never knew much about. But now seeing that it's an exploration ship, I don't think it's going to be top of the line for exploration. It's pretty big to only carry 20 tons. So I think it's going to be sort of in between your Freelancer and your Constellation.
Yeah, that was my only kind of letdown. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
20 tons. I was
It
hoping
seems to be
for
sort
like,
of a competitor to the Caterpillar.
yeah, that's a possibility. That's
And then the F8 Lightning really interests me. Since we don't know a whole lot about it, it seems like it's going to be an awesome ship, considering it's made for space superiority again. And Anvil loves to make fighting ships, so
yeah.
don't know much about that one right now. It seems pretty similar to the Hornets.
The only thing I would add on to your summation is with the Gladiator, like you said, the Retaliator is the only other bomber that I'm really familiar with. The Retaliator has hecka more payload.
Yeah,
It's
they're also different types of ships, right? Like that's a long range bomber. That's made to be
Yeah.
far away, and it's made to be able to go for a long time.
yeah, with a large crew, and it like you said earlier with that signature, its footprint is going to be so much bigger than the Gladiator. This Gladiator will be able to run with a pack, whereas the Retaliator will be, either cleanup crew or leading a charge, but they won't be doing kind of these special ops that I kind of foresee small groups of Hornets and Gladiators going together and doing some kind of SWAT mission. So like
They
that,
may both be bombers, but they're still
yeah.
in separate classes.
So I think the Gladiator is pretty standout as far as a short to mid range bomber because that's the only one we've got. So it kind
Yeah,
of
so
wins.
I would say that Anvil has a great lineup in the fighter division.
Yeah.
Just in the military area at all. Like if you're gonna have like a PMC or something, definitely stock up on Anvil.
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah,
Did you have any other things to add to that, Gio?
No, not really. Just Gladiator is probably my favorite small bomber right now. I'm definitely gonna get one. You lucky you have one with LTI on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm
Yeah.
definitely looking forward to that. It reminds me of kind of like the Y Wing on Star Wars, how you had the pilot, then you had the gunner on the back.
Yeah, I mean, especially with that Rebel red on it, it just looks Star Wars. But
yeah.
yeah,
Oh, if you can make your own like emblems to put on your ship, you need to put a rebellion logo on that one.
yeah.
Oh man,
Awesome.
So, all right, well, that wraps us up for the hunt, and we're gonna go on to the howling session. I'll start us off. Mine is actually all right. I'm gonna go ahead and give a call out to myself, and I recently started a project to try to consolidate 10 for the chairman question and answers in one place and in a really like a short answer type of format. And I made it topical instead of episode by episode, so that if you have a question about a certain ship, let's say the Idris, all you'd have to do is look into the table content on this post that I'm doing and find ships Idris, and then click on that. It'll take you to the link further down on the page, and it'll show you all of the questions and answers from 10 from the chairman regarding the Idris. So that's an effort that I'm taking on to try to increase awareness, I guess, a knowledge base for the community and for myself, because we have all this information from those videos, but really, unless you spend a couple hours sorting through the videos just to find one tidbit, it's impossible to find that information once it's gone, So yeah, that's what I've been doing. I'll leave a link in the description.
Yeah, it's a lot of information. And then, like I said, Chris Roberts likes to ramble.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does. Future MVP winner here, guys.
Yeah. So that's what I've been doing. I just wanted to let you guys know because it's taken me a while, and hopefully it's going to help a lot of people. So that's mine. Gio, how about you?
I was thinking about how the next the Great Starship. What are you guys' thoughts on the finals ships that are in there in the competition?
I'm not caught up with my next Great Starship right now because I've been busy with school.
Okay.
So
that is excusable. Well, my personal favorite is Infinite Shoe Monkey. That's the one I hope wins. I think the other guys, each of them have something unique to bring to the table, but I just don't feel they have the whole package like Infinite Shoe Monkey does. And so that's why I'm hoping they win. But I also hope some of these other teams get picked up by Cloud Imperium Games, because they earned it.
They deserve a shot to work on the game.
Yeah, some of them made some nice ships. They just didn't look gun shipish, but they looked like they were good ships to be in the game still.
Yeah.
Just not for that category.
Especially after putting all this work into making their ships look like that. Like, I think they still deserve something, right?
Yeah.
And I think an opportunity to work at Cloud Imperium Games and work on the game that they were trying to make a ship for, I think that would be amazing.
Yeah.
I would definitely be honored if I was in the competition and then I didn't win, but they were like, "Hey, you want a modeling job at CIG?"
Yeah, so that or let them sell their ships and get a certain percentage of each ship that's sold or something.
Yeah.
Don't let them go to waste.
I'm just wondering if are they gonna maybe tweak the rules a little bit to be like, "Oh, here's an extra ship, the second place ship," or something like that.
Chris Roberts has said that he was actually there may be more than one ship that wins, because he said he's so impressed by the ships, which is I hope so. I hope it's 2.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if it was me, I would rather get a position with Cloud Imperium Games than win the competition, because I feel like winning that competition is short-term gain, but working for them, they're one of the leading developers, and it's weird to say because really this is their first game as Cloud Imperium Games. But as far as the stuff that they're doing, they're going far. And so I would just want to get on with their crew, period. So
I agree.
Yeah. All right. So what about you, Gio? Who do you want to win?
Definitely Infinite Shoe Monkey. Like you, man. That ship, that's one of the best looking ships I've seen in any game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the whole the lift system, the way the guns pop out,
Yep.
The ejection seat for the whole crew, that ship just got it going on.
Yep. Interior, very good. Exterior,
yes.
Awesome. So yeah, animations, they got it. So yeah. All right. What about you, Canadian Egg? What's your howling session topic?
Well, I was originally going to bring up the Karak and F-18 Lightning, but now that we've already, or F-18, F-8 Lightning. Now that we've already touched on those, though, I kind of I was looking at the ship's specs page this time, and a lot of bombers have actually been put up now. So now that we've been talking about bombers, we might be able to get back on there. Because now there's a Vandal bomber up, and a Jean bomber.
That's right. Yep, the Volper.
Yes, the Volper, that's the Jean, and then the Ankar is the
Yeah.
Vandal bomber. And
Yeah.
so obviously the Ankar CIG might do a 1 hour sale like they did with like the Scythe a while ago. I think it was like a long time ago. They had the Scythe for sale for like 1 hour and it was
Yeah.
LTI. And that's why it's so expensive. Other than when you were able to buy it before. But yeah, so the Jean, the Vulper we have more info on right now. Rather than the Ankar.
Yeah.
Ankar we got nothing. We just have engines. That's it.
The
It's got.
description. You want to read the description for us?
All right, so the Ankar Vanduul, medium bomber, that's its role, and the description just says Vanduul medium bomber. It's got some weight to it, 31,000 kilograms. It's 30 meters wide, 30 meters long, 23 wide, and 18 up in height. And then we know that it's a 4-person crew. And it's weird. It has 3 listings for maneuvering thrusters and 2 for max. So Vandal engineering is weird. It says it has 2 tier 4 thrusters and these are max thrusters, 2 tier 4s and 2 tier 2s. And then for maneuvering, it's got 8 tier 1s, 2 tier 2s, and 2 tier 3s.
Yeah.
So Vandal are weird, but that's all we know about the Vandal Ankar right now. Volper, we got more stuff on. Jean are cool. They like maneuvering stuff. 2-person crew. This is really small, but let me get to the description first. A deadly combination of speed and power. This Jean military ship is a dual-piloted vertical bomber. The Volper is still in common usage in the Jean military, even outnumbering their classic fighters, making them a deterrent. What is that word? Deterrent.
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 Yeah,
in their own
sounds
right.
about right.
Yeah. They have gimped versions of these models that they have sold to the public. So I guess we'll be getting the gimped version. So it is rather small with 10 meters in length, 8 meters in beam, and 25 in height. So it's pretty tall.
Yeah.
I guess, yeah, the Jean like doing that sideways thing. That's right. The Scout is so it's the same as the Scout. So that's a bit heavier at 24,000 kilograms. 2-person crew. Don't know about power plant. Max thrusters. 4 tier 3 Q2s and MO. I don't know what the Q2 and MO mean.
Yeah, I'm not sure either.
It says that on the Scout too, actually, the Car 2. And then 8 tier 2 maneuvering. And that's all we know about that. But I thought it'd be interesting to bring this new information forward.
Yeah, and then with the Class 2 hardpoints, it has 4 size 2 pods. Pods. What are they talking about?
There is a lot of I didn't have hardpoints open on the Ankar. There's more information. It's just like your Vandal neutron gun.
Yeah, that Ankar. Look how heavily armed it is.
Distortion cannon. It is pretty big. So
It's a beast.
this might be sort of. I don't want to say Retaliator because the Retaliator is still much bigger, but Retaliator-esque Vandal style.
So yeah, we got that ship's update.
Yeah. Ship specs updated. If you haven't seen it,
So
go look.
There's a lot of bombers.
Yeah, if anyone was interested, any Drake fans like myself, go check out the Herald. That's up there. 890 Jump. I'm excited that's there now. Still don't have pictures of them, but the Banu Merchantman and the Mustang have also been put on there.
yeah.
So and the Scout as well, which is one I'm very interested in. Oh, and the Surveyor. Yes, Aegis Dynamics Surveyor. So go check out the ship specs page. A lot of information on that we've all been waiting for. So.
I'm actually surprised. A lot of the older ships that were up there earlier, they really haven't changed much at all. So
No, it's they will have to update the I wonder when the next update will be because probably by then we'll have the Constellation redone and the Idris redone. So
yeah. So cool. All right, guys. Well, really appreciate it. Finally got to do a Wolfpack episode. So
it's been long coming.
Yeah.
It's good to be back. We're back in the game.
Yes. So, all right. Well, thank you, Canadian Egg, for joining us. And Gio, appreciate you guys showing up.
No problem. Anytime.
Yeah, thank you.
And thanks all you viewers watching, and we'll catch you next time.